want to go over 4 main dashboards that you'll be using. There might be more, and we do email all these out to you either on a weekly basis. A couple of them are twice a week. So you do get these emailed to you, but in order to find them in Salesforce, I want to walk through that. Up here, you've got your tabs. You'll just click on dashboards. And then to find the dashboard that you want, we're going to do, I've got lead measures already pulled up here, but you would start typing into this quick box over here, and it tries to predict or find which ones you're looking for, and then you select it. I recommend with these ones at least that you bookmark them. It will always stay there, so go ahead and grab it, bookmark it up here. That way, if you get off, rather than having to go back to the dashboard, you can just quickly click on there and see your dashboard. Now the lead measure dashboard is set up in 3 columns: this week, this month, this quarter, and then each row is a different activity. So I mean, you start with close gross margin at the top, proposals done, IMs, TA visits or broker visits, same thing, cold calls made. And then we have a weighted activity based off of there's a point system based off the different activities, and we weight those to see who's been the most active. Then at the bottom, there's how many leads you have actively sequenced right now and how many contacts you have actively sequenced right now. And we recommend having at least 100 leads actively sequenced and at least 25 contacts actively sequenced. Going on to the next dashboard is the management KPIs dashboard. This is just a high level of how our sales team is doing, where are the sales coming from, how are we doing according to quota, etc. So up here at the top, you have gross margin in dollar amount, sales in payroll amount, and then year-to-date PEO and ASO employees, and where we're at according to our goals that we had set. You also have on this left side, you have what we've done according to budget or quota, I should say. And the percentages there that we've had. And then continuing down there, the actual GM versus quota by BA and by territory. We do have sales by division, and then we get into the average per employee per year amount by rep here, and then the average employees by rep on this bottom side. The right side is the leaderboard over here, showing obviously the deal count and the amount. If you do split a deal, it does take that into account. That's why we do have an 8.5 and an 8.5 on there. You get half of the GM and half of the deal. Down the middle is by lead source for this year and by year over year what we've done. So obviously TA referrals, brokers have been really good for us. Close ratio by lead source. This is by what products we're selling and where we're losing opportunities in the stages. And then you've got close ratio by BA, then the industry information down that side. The next dashboard is your clean your room dashboard. Basically, you don't want to be on this dashboard. If you're on any of these reports, that means you have to clean something up, that you made a mistake somewhere, you didn't input something. And we'll go through these a little bit more in detail in another section, but all of these should be cleaned up every week. So on Thursday, we email this one out. That's kind of your warning to go clean up your dashboard, and then Friday it gets sent out again to make sure that people have actually done that. If we don't have that cleaned up, you'll get probably a reminder from myself as well as your RSM. The only one that you can really have anything on is the stalled opportunities, but you should just have a few if any. Basically, this is if you have an opportunity that's in a stage more than 50 days. And we understand that happens on occasional deals, but you shouldn't have more than just a couple on here. But the reports range from anything from you put the incorrect opportunity name, you didn't put in the gross margin or the employee count, a next step, an empty amount, you have a past close date, you had an IM set for you by the SDR team, and you didn't go mark it as completed or go finish that. You completed an IM, but you just sat on the lead. You didn't mark that as completed, or you didn't mark it as dead or converted, or you have past due activities. So we want to make sure we're keeping our system clean, our CRM really clean, and that's what this dashboard helps us do. The last one is there enough in your pipeline? And this gets sent out every Monday to just make sure that we're keeping as many deals as we can. Now, pipeline is kind of the early stages, forecast is the later stages. And this is just by deal count. If you have enough, we've determined that 11, you should always have about 11 opportunities in your pipeline and at least two to three in your forecast in order to be hitting quota. So that's what the blue lines are. That's if you're hitting them or not. Then this is just what you've done the last 3 months, what you've added and what you've moved to forecast, how you're progressing people, so we can see who's actively working their pipelines. And then just here's pipeline and forecast by gross margin, so you can see dollar amounts there. So those are the 4. I would recommend bookmarking at least, the lead measures and probably the clean your room. If you can bookmark all of them, it would be very useful for you.